How's it going today? Are you doing fantastic today? It's pretty awesome. I can see that from your face. I can see that from your smile. Yes. Listen, this video is for my friends who are struggling to write a speech. People generally, when they want to deliver a speech, they have to write a script. You can't just go on stage and deliver whatever that comes to your mind. That's impromptu. If you're well versed in speaking, of course, you can go ahead and try that. If you got the gift of gaps, go ahead and do that. Nobody's stopping you. But there are a few of my friends who are struggling to write a speech. So I'm going to share a few tips which I learned in the process of public speaking on how to write a speech. So let's jump right in and see how do I write a speech. So you were ready. So we have a whiteboard today who's going to help us understand the concept of how to write a speech. In general, what happens, right? When someone wants to write a speech, they open their computer, open the Word document, Microsoft Word, and then just write. We generally do this. I've did it. I've seen people doing it. They open a Word document, blank new document, put the title of the speech, and then just start writing whatever comes in our mind. But I find something flaw in that system because you can't just write a speech and then come up with a message in the end. So the first thing that you should try and do is you should write the message of your speech. What is the purpose of your speech? Why are you delivering the speech? Once you come up with that idea, once you know the reason of why you're doing it, what is the message that you're going to leave to your audience? What are you going to leave the audience to think about? That is the message. So let's say, for example, for this video, I'll say I'm going to talk about impact of technology. Impact of technology is what the message that I'm going to share with my audience today. So, people today are obsessed with technology, smartphones or computers or laptops. They use it quite often. How does it impact in my brain or a human brain? So I'm going to talk about that. So that's the speech message that I'm going to deliver. So now that I know that I'm going to give this message as impact of technology, now it's easy for me to research. Now it's easy for me to write a script, right? So that's the tip that I have for you. The first tip is to come up with your message. Second, and the most important tip is OBC. So OBC is nothing but I'm sure most of you would have seen this OBC in whenever you Google, you get this option OBC. What is OBC? Opening. How do I start my speech? In general, there are a lot of ways to start a speech. You can say a joke or you can start by asking questions. But asking questions, I've seen it in a lot of great speeches. Asking questions has created a lot of impact, or it got the attention of the audience right when you, excuse my handwriting, I know my handwriting is not that good, but I'll try. So ask a question: why, what, where. So these kind of words will get the attention of audience right away. And they say that you have only 17 seconds to get your attention of the audience. So every audience will guess, should I really listen to the speech or should I take my smartphone and check my message? So you have only 17 seconds to impress your audience. So make use of it and ask questions. That's the first advice that I have for you. Ask questions. Next is jokes or humor. Add humor. Make people laugh at what you're going to talk about. Maybe you can say, how many of you are using your smartphone right now? Or I know that's not a good idea, not a good joke. So some kind of joke. You can come up with a humor or a question. So I've seen you even in this year's 2019's World Championship, Aaron Beverly's speech. He started his speech with a question. So that speech, which has got World Championship award, that means that there is something in it which we can take away, right? So questions is the first advice that I have for you. Next is body. Body is the actual content that you have to write. So body is the content where you're going to form about what is the actual speech is all about. Let's say in our example, we have impact of technology. So Google about how smartphones are invented and how smartphones become a major role in our day-to-day life, how laptops have become a major role, how internet plays a big role in our life, and all these things, and how does it impact all these things. You have to write it in your body, or this is the content of the speech. So here you have all the message. You can do a lot of research here, internet, or read books, come up with ideas and information, and that's where you put the body. Third is the conclusion. Conclusion is where you conclude your speech. Again, you can use the same tips that I gave for opening the speech. You can use it for the conclusion as well. You can end with a question. Let's say you've completed all the speech and then you ask the audience, are you still going to use your smartphone? So you can come up with the stage. So they will think about it. So you make the audience think about your speech. So they'll think about, okay, this guy has told a lot of things. Should I really use my smartphone? So the questions, again, will leave the audience to think a lot more. So ask questions to conclude your speech, or again, you can use humor, or maybe you can give a fact. Today, 120 people dead because of smartphone, which causes brain tumor. And then you leave, and then you leave the stage. And that'll make them think about, okay, so something is happening with me. Something is happening around us because of the smartphone or because of the technology. So I think I should think about not using it anymore, or some kind of impact which makes the audience think. So conclusion, again, question or humor or facts will help you conclude the speech. And that's the conclusion part. And that's the second tip that I have. Third is a question mark. What is this? Why do I have a question mark as a third tip? This is something really important. So I'm going to take a close look at it. Prepare. Yes. So once you got the message, you've written all your script. And third, and the most important one, is preparation. Preparation is the part where we have a lot of problem. You write a speech and then you have to take a lot of time and understand. Okay, let me switch the camera. Speech has been perfectly scripted. You took a lot of time to research. You've got a perfect script. Now, how do I deliver the script? How do I deliver the speech is the question. That's the question mark that we have in the third point. So preparation should be in form of multiple ways. You can start preparing just by standing in front of a mirror in your home and see how is your body language when you deliver the speech. Or maybe you can call your mentor and say, I have recorded my speech. Would you like to have a look? You can take your smartphone, record your speech, and share it with your mentor or share it with your family members to see if they like it, or share it with a complete different audience and say, hey, I'm just trying to see if the speech works. I just need your help. Can you have a look at it and let me know what do you like and what do you think is not good? So this will help you to chisel out what are the things what the audience doesn't like, or what do you think is would help you to script in a more good way. See, they say scripting, writing, or speaking itself is an art, right? So art is never completed. And so the more and more you practice, you will get more ideas. And the more and more you try and speak, the more and more you deliver the speech before you go onto the stage. That'll help you to add more points or add more valuable points to your speech. So that's the tips that I have for you. First is to come up with a message. Second is to OBC, the opening, body, and conclusion. Third, and the most important one, is to prepare for the speech. So think about it and let me know if you have any other tips which you would like to share it with me. Please do consider sharing it with me, and it'll be helpful for my speeches. Thank you for watching, and hey, have a fantastic day out there. Okay, bye for now.